Hello everyone. Good afternoon. And this is Sarah, and I am here today on behalf of University of Twente's India office, and I am based out of Chennai. And it's a pleasure to meet you all. And first of all, welcome to the webinar. And I have with me Rana, my colleague from UT, and I have a student, Kritika, joining with me in this presentation. For the agenda for the day would be that Rana will do a small presentation on study in Holland, followed by me. I'll do the presentation on University of Twente's application process, your scholarships, and all of the other information about the courses and all of that. And Kritika will give a heads up on how is she finding UT there, and as a student, how is it to be a student there? And towards the end of the presentation, we'll have a small Q&A session as well, where we answer to all your questions also. And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions, you can always chat with us. You can either use it, use my name or Rana or Kritika to ask specific questions or general questions. We'll be able to answer the questions via chat as well. So over to Rana for the study in Holland presentation.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the session. As Sarah said, my name is Hannah. I'm in Netherlands since 2014. I came as a student. I did my master here in communication studies. After I finished my studies, I started working in the university, and I work for the international marketing. So today I'm going to talk to you also on behalf of the University of Twente. I'm talking to you from our beautiful campus in Enschede. And welcome to this webinar, and I hope you like the session. Okay, I will start now a presentation. I will just turn off my camera, then you don't get distraction also. Yeah, there we go. So, Netherlands as a study destination. Let's start talking about this country. It might be that you are not familiar with the concept of Netherlands as a study destination, but I can guarantee for you that yes, you should definitely consider it when selecting the next country you want to live, and I will tell you why. The Netherlands is the gateway to Europe. It is a small country in the Eastern Europe. We border Germany in the east, Belgium in the south, and also the North Sea in the northwest. The three biggest cities in the Netherlands.
Rana, I think you're not audible. Hello guys, is everybody able to hear Rana, or is it only me that I cannot hear you? Can you guys respond to me on chat?
Hi everyone, Rana's just trying to fix it. It's a technical glitch, we're working on it, and I think she should be back in a minute or two. Please bear with us. So sorry for this.
Okay, do you hear me, people? Please let me know. Yes? Good. Wow. Sorry, I'm gonna have two computers next to me, so one stopped working, but the other one is working. So we are back. So let me see here where I stopped. Okay, let's talk about Netherlands. Netherlands is the gateway to Europe. It's a small country in the Western Europe, bordering Germany to the east, Belgium to the south, and North Sea in the northwest. The three biggest cities here are Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and The Hague. Amsterdam is the country capital, while The Hague holds the Dutch seat of parliament and government. Hundreds of years ago, the Dutch people started out as worldwide traders, which contributed a lot to the Dutch way of living and thinking. But to make it more visual, I'll give you some examples of what represents this country, like in general. Like if you type Netherlands on Google and then search for image, you are gonna see some automatic references, like tulips, bikes, canals, cheese, houseboats, dikes, old historical buildings, clogs, and of course, more bikes. But that's not only the references. For instance, if you do a bit more of research, you will also see that the Netherlands is known for innovation, creativity, technology, and sustainability. In fact, the Netherlands is ranks the third place in the Global Innovation Index. For example, the Dutch people, they learn how to cope with the high amount of water, both surrounding the country or in the country, by inventing and building dikes, dunes, data works, and also water gates. What the Dutch people have been doing regarding sustainability is also remarkable. For example, since January of 2017, if I'm not mistaken, the trains here, they have been solely operated by wind power. And following this, the government also recently announced that they will ban all the petrol and diesel cars by 2030. So the Netherlands is establishing itself as a leader in green gas technology, which is produced from biomass and will replace natural gas. Therefore, it's not really uncommon that you see this kind of news when it comes to sustainability and innovation in the Netherlands. How about technology? The Netherlands is where several everyday life technologies were invented. The compact disc or CD, Python programming language, Bluetooth, DVDs, Blu-ray, Ambilight, and even Wi-Fi. Not only the internet, he is really fast and connected in every corner of the Netherlands, but the country is also a hotspot for companies active in the global gaming industry. Okay, and how about the people? What can you expect if you come to Netherlands? second. Oh, okay. Okay. What about the people? I don't know if you heard that in the beginning of the presentation, but I'm from Brazil, so adapting here was also a challenge for me. But I would say that there are few aspects that make the way of living in the Netherlands quite unique. Dutch people, they are outspoken and open-minded. They have traditions, but they are also modern. They like procedures, but they are really practical and pragmatic as well. One thing that I think is really interesting here, and for me was also an impact, is that people here, they obtain status and respect through study and work. So every person is equal and should be treated like that. Besides that, everyday life is structured down to the smallest detail. So the Dutch people believe that in order to deliver a good work, risks and consequences of everything they do needs to be considered well in advance. And last but not least, the Dutch people, they are ranked first in the world in English proficiency. So if I'm not mistaken, 95% of the population speaks fluently English. So your life won't be difficult just because you don't speak Dutch, also outside the university. However, if you do want to learn, there are several options here for Dutch courses inside the university itself. So now I will play a short video for you to finish my part about studying in Holland. And then Sarah will take over and talk to you about the University of Twente. Okay, see you in the end, I believe.
Do you want to study in Holland? Of course you want to study in Holland. The next 100 seconds will definitely convince you. All right, let's go. Study in Holland. Every year, many international students undergo the Dutch experience. But what does this mean? What makes studying in Holland so great? Holland is really internationally oriented. I mean, where else would you find students from over 160 different countries? 1 out of 10 students is an international student. Did you know that we have more than 2,100 English taught programs? Pretty good, right? You know what's even better? The quality of our education. You won't find this quality of education at such an affordable rate anywhere else. The open-mindedness of the Dutch people is reflected in the way we educate. It's in the way we teach, the way we interact, in the way we work together. Once you're done studying here, Holland offers a ton of opportunities for entrepreneurs and job seekers. Holland is the home of some of the world's biggest multinationals such as Philips, Shell, and many more. We even have a special one-year program for you to get employed called Orientation Year. You can be part of the Holland Alumni Network for everyone who had the Dutch experience. How much time do I have left? What? 30 seconds? Well, that's enough time for some facts. Dutch people are the best non-native English speakers in the world. Holland is also one of the happiest and safest countries, and our educational institutions rank among the world's top 2%. But there's more to Holland. Holland is creative, high-tech, diverse, innovative, nicely located, exciting, has a unique cuisine and a rich history. We've got a unique culture and very welcoming people. Just barely made it. So now you know why you should study in Holland.
So, hi guys. Thank you so much, Rana, for the presentation on study in Holland. So now I will take over and do a small presentation about University of Twente, about what are the courses we have to offer, both bachelor's and master's, about the application processes, what is a deadline, and also we're going to mainly talk about Orange Tulip Scholarship as well and other scholarships that University of Twente has to offer. So just hold on a second, let me have that presentation up. So like I said, this is going to be about University of Twente, the application process, about the Orange Tulip Scholarship and the student life, and we will also share our contact information as well. So now let's talk about let's talk about University of Twente. So ours is basically a research technical university. Is located in Enschede on the east side of the Netherlands, which is close to the border with Germany. It's so close that crossing the German border by bike will take less than 20 minutes from the center of Enschede. So Enschede is 2 hours away from Amsterdam by train. So basically, research universities are mainly responsible for offering research-oriented programs in an academic setting. So the university rankings show that we are in the top 1% of the universities worldwide. We educate over 10,000 students, of which around 25 are international students. And our campus is a huge 146-hectare campus. We have extensive sports and cultural facilities, libraries, cafes and restaurants, shopping centers, medical facilities, excellent study and research facilities as well. So if you see on the world rankings, you name the world rankings and we are there on it as well. So the most recent accomplishment of the university was being elected the best technical university according to the Dutch Guide for Higher Education. Also in this guide, several other programs were top ranked, like sustainable energy technology, biomedical, and many other programs as well. So I'm going to explain why the entrepreneurial spirit is so important to the University of Twente. So in fact, we are the most entrepreneurial university in the Netherlands, and we are making our way to becoming the most entrepreneurial university in the whole of Europe as well. So in the last 30 years, over 1,000 companies have started inside this university, like Booking.com, Takeaway.com, Sigmax, and several others. So now let's have a look at the USPs, or the unique selling points. So the USPs are the study programs are entirely taught in English. It's the only campus university in the Netherlands, and we have excellent research facilities and centers available. We have abundant scholarships and job opportunities. You have a 1-year search period after your study to look for a job. We are 2 hours from Amsterdam. And we are located at a city called Enschede, where Twente is also on the German border. And it's the only Dutch university with an Indian office. So the Indian office is based in Chennai. So if students who are part of the presentation living in Chennai, you can always feel free to visit our office for a counseling session or to clarify any of your queries. And we have a partnership tie-up with IIT Madras and Gorakhpur and Amrita University. And University of award-winning entrepreneurial. Like I said, 1,000+ startups have been incubated from University of Twente. So this is the beautiful campus. So it's a massive 146-hectare campus. It's a green, beautiful campus where you have everything available within the campus. So now, the University of Twente offers its education through 5 faculties. So they are electrical engineering, mathematics and computer science, engineering technology, science and technology, geoinformation science and earth observation, and behavioral management and social sciences. So now let's have a look at the bachelor programs. So we have over 20 bachelor programs and more than 30 master's programs taught in English. So we also have a lot of PhD programs, exchange programs, summer school and online courses that we offer as well. So you see this nice lecture room full of students. Looks interesting, isn't it? But this is not the way we teach. Our programs are designed to follow problem-based learning. This means that once you are a student here, you will work a lot in groups, sometimes with students from different programs, in order to solve or analyze a specific problem. Other than that, our students are stimulated to interact with their tutors and professors during the classes. The idea is that you build your knowledge together. So we have some innovative educational features and state-of-art facilities as well, like our Smart XP labs, our virtual reality lab, the Classroom of Future, and the Design Lab, which you can see on the picture, which is an embodiment of our multidisciplinary design philosophy. So we also have research institutes with outstanding work and international recognition like MESA Plus, MERA, and the CTIT. Sorry. So now let's have a look at both the bachelor's and the master's program. So this is a list of the bachelor's program, except for the ones that are colored in pink. All the other programs are entirely taught in English. So except for applied physics, biomedical, health sciences, and technical medicines, all the other programs are entirely taught in English. And we also have some interesting programs like the Atlas program, which is a combination of technology and science with liberal arts and social sciences. Advanced technology, again, is a very unique program, which is a combination of electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, chemical engineering, and applied physics and mathematics. So the tuition fee would vary from 7,900 to 9,000 euros per year, and the Atlas program is 11,060 euros per year. So the bachelor's program would be for 3 years. So now let's see what are the requirements or the basic requirements you need to have in order to apply for the university. So you need an IELTS or a TOEFL score. An IELTS should be a 6 and above, a TOEFL should be 80 and above. Apart from that, you require your transcripts, your mark sheets. The bachelor students should have a 6.6 CGPA or a 75% in their 12th grade as a minimum requirement to apply for the program. And apart from that, you need your SOP or your motivation letter, contact information of 2 referrals, and an updated CV. So with this, you can go ahead and apply for the bachelor's program. So now this is the list of our master's program. So most of the courses are 2 years. In fact, all the technical programs are 2 years, and courses like business administration, communication studies, and psychology, European studies, all of this is a 1-year program. So also the top-rated programs are applied physics, chemical engineering, geoinformation science, sustainable energy technology. So again, the master's program is, like I mentioned, the duration can be of 2 years or 1 year, depending on what course you're interested in. And the tuition fee for the 2 years program is 14,250 euros per year, plus 11,500 euros for a 1-year program. And we have geoinformation science and earth observation, which is an 18-month program, which is 21,375 euros. And geoinformation management will be a 22-month program, which is 15,167 euros. So the basic requirements for the bachelor's would be a relevant bachelor's. The basic requirements for your master's would be a relevant bachelor's degree from your university with a minimum of a 65% or a 6.5 CGPA and above. Apart from that, your IELTS is required, an IELTS of 6.5 or a TOEFL of 90 20 and above is required. And then your other documents such as your SOP or your motivation letter, contact information of 2 referrals, an updated CV, and only for courses like business administration where we require a GMAT as a GMAT score of 600, and for industrial engineering management we again require a GRE or a GMAT. If it's GRE, it's 300 and above, and GMAT is 600 and above. But all the other programs do not require a GRE or a GMAT, except for business administration and industrial engineering management. So now let's have a look at the application process. So basically, the application process is that it's a very, very simple online application. So there are 2 portals. The first portal is called the Study Link, where you put your basic information like the course you're applying for, number of courses you apply for, where you live, etc., which will again generate you a student number, and then you will get the login credentials for another portal called Osiris. So this is a portal where you upload all your documents, like your IELTS scorecard, your transcripts, your mark sheets. All of these documents will be uploaded on the portal called Osiris, and once you satisfy all the requirements, you can submit your application. And within 4 to 6 weeks, you will know on the status of your application whether you've been admitted or otherwise. So the deadline for application is before the 1st of May. You have to complete your application. So for a September 28, all the students who are interested for a September 2018 intake, the applications are open, and please complete your applications before the 1st of May. And for a February intake, we have the application deadline is before the 1st of October. So now, to give you an idea about the living expenses per year, we have made the following estimation. So these are the costs per year. This is depending on the housing facilities and of course your lifestyle as well. So compared to the other study destinations in the Europe, I would say that this amount is quite reasonable, and I'm sure you would agree as well. So so your tuition fee would be 14,250 euros, which would roughly come about, say, 10.5 lakhs, and another 5 lakhs would be your cost of living expenses. So at the max, an Indian student, it would cost, say, 30 lakhs for 2 years of his education, which includes your cost of living, your visa, your tuition fee, everything. So this is basically the application journey which we prepare or we ask the students to follow. So please, September you finalize your documents. September you initiate your application process. November you confirm the acceptance. Before May you pay your fees. There's something called entry acceptance, or basically you accept the offer again. And before August you book visa and your flight reservations. And in September, which is September 2018, you fly to the Netherlands. So basically you start your application 1 year prior. So now, let's have a look at Orange Tulip Scholarship. So Orange Tulip Scholarship offers talented students from India the opportunity to obtain a master's degree at the University of Twente. So the scholarship program is highly selective, which offers one scholarship for the academic year 2018-2019. NAFIC NESO India supports in the internationalization in the higher education, research and professional education in the Netherlands. And OTS will also increase the talent development of India by allowing the talented students to study in the Netherlands. So the total value of the scholarship will be 25,000 euros. So extension of the scholarship for the second year is possible if the student earns a minimum of 30 credits with a CGPA greater than or equal to 7 before the first year ends. So the number of scholarship awarded will be 1, which means one Indian student who applies will be given the Orange Tulip Scholarship. And the deadline is before the 1st of May. So you have to submit your OTS applications and email it to this link called ots@neso India So again, Orange Tulip Scholarship is for students who apply for master's program. So again, only the students who've gotten admit for the University of Twente at the master's level can apply for Orange Tulip Scholarship. So again, once you get an admit, so in order to apply for a scholarship, be it any scholarship which Twente has to offer, first of all, the student needs to get an admit to go ahead and apply for the scholarships. So to apply for OTS, a form has to be filled and sent to Nafik NASO India. So the form can be found on the below mentioned link. I have just mentioned the link over here, or you can also just go to the nasoindia.org website and apply for the scholarship. And work experience is not required for applying for the Orange Tulip Scholarship. So for the other scholarships, you can also visit a scholarship finder to have an overview of the possibilities. So apart from Orange Tulip Scholarship, you can apply for University of Twente Scholarship and Holland Scholarship. So University of Twente Scholarship again is a full fee waiver. It ranges between 3,000 to 25,000 euros, and Holland Scholarship is a part fee waiver scholarship, which is 5,000 euros will be awarded. So again, all the scholarships are purely merit basis. So and you need to get an admit to apply for the scholarships. So for the bachelor's level, the students can apply only for Holland Scholarship. So let's have a look at the student's life. So the university is international, so we develop knowledge for an international context. Last year we were ranked the second in the Netherlands in terms of the ratio of Dutch to the international students. Of a population of more than 10,000 students, around 23% are internationals, and our goal is to reach 40% in the next few years. So the University of Twente will the University of Twente will challenge you, and our students are always up for a challenge. So some good examples are the student teams that are responsible for Robo Team, Solar Team, Green Team, and Solar Boat Team. These multidisciplinary groups of students participate in competitions worldwide, showing off what they have built. In fact, the picture that you see here is the car built by our Solar Team. They participated in the Bridgestone World Solar Challenge, a bi-yearly race for cars driving purely on solar energy that takes place in Australia. So once you are admitted to the university, our international office will help you with several services according to what you need. So this includes arranging accommodation, visa, and insurance. So once you are here, you will hear more about the possibility of taking Dutch lessons, getting study and personal support and career advice. So talking more specifically about accommodation, you will have some options. Depending on availability, you can live on our campus or in the city center, which is only 15 minutes away by bike. So again, the housing, like once the students get into the university, once they get an admit, closer to the payment deadline, you will be sent an application form where you choose your preferences for your housing. You can, it's a very extensive form that you fill out and send the university, and we will make sure that we accommodate to all the preferences of the student and give them the housing that is available on campus. And the housing would vary roughly about 350 to 450 euros per month. So I will now invite Kritika. So she's a student of biomedical engineering, and she's also responsible to manage our Facebook page specifically dedicated for Indian students. So she will give us, a small testimony about the life in UT. So over to you, Kritika.
Okay, thank you, Sharnya. I hope you guys can hear me. Okay. All right. So I'm Kritika and I'm doing my master's in biomedical engineering, like Shania mentioned. My specialization is neural motors and systems. Now I've been here for about 6 months now because I joined in September 2017, and I'm also student assistant for India. You know me, most know me through the Facebook page. You can always get in touch with me there. To tell you about my experience so far, you know, the transition that happens when you're coming from India to a place abroad has been much smoother here because everyone speaks English. Now, I get a lot of questions asking me if it's mandatory to know Dutch. I don't know Dutch. I'm learning Dutch, but not because I have to, but because it's when you're living here for 2 years, you might as well. So I assure you that you can get here knowing that, you know, your communication or your interaction with people will be purely in English. Classes here are in English, and it's very easy to follow and keep up. I honestly think it's more practice-based in approach compared to India. So you're constantly applying yourself and you're putting into use what you've learned in theory. So you know a lot more than you would ideally because you are constantly applying yourself to real life problems. Now, apart from that, I see a lot of questions about accommodations. I live on campus. I live in an accommodation called Whitbrook-Sweg. Now, as an international student, I'm guaranteed an accommodation on campus usually in my first year of study. So do not worry about that. I'm sure the international housing team will take care of that. About visa, you don't have to worry about anything. The university takes care of everything until you get here. All you have to do is book an appointment once you hear from the university. And when you get to that, we'll talk about it then. I'm sure Shania covered most of it, but I still see a lot of questions. So I'm just specifying now. Now, as a student that lives on campus, it's very easy. I do not know how to cycle yet, but walking through well-lit campus lanes and trees is my daily cardio for the day. It is not very far from the academic area, so the accommodation areas and the academic areas are a little further away from each other, say at max 10 minutes by cycle, and maybe about 15 or 20 if you're on foot. And yeah, so you have different kinds of housing. Now, I live in a kind of housing where I have my own private bedroom and my private bathroom, but my kitchen is shared with a few other housemates. So there's more of an opportunity to meet a lot of international people, and you get to do your own thing. And there are lots of house dinners. And if you ever have to go to the city, it's only a bus ride away, or if you cycle, you're 15 minutes away. So you have the best of both worlds if you're living on campus. Even if you're living off campus, you do not have to worry about anything. You're literally in the center of Enschede, and you only have to get here for your classes. I don't know if there's anything more that you want to know at this point, but you can always ask me on the chat section if there is. About jobs, I would just like to mention here that I'm doing a part-time job right now, but you have to always be on the lookout. There are lots of jobs available with the student union and other campus student clubs. So all you have to do is be vigilant and keep track of the Twente International Group to make sure that you find what's available. Also, as far as opportunities for research are concerned while you're still studying, it is solely dependent on your professor or any department openings that might come up. But I would suggest that you try and wait for those instead of trying to do part-time jobs elsewhere outside, because A, you have no relevant experience from it, and B, touch might be required if you try to work in a cafe, say, or somewhere like that. Secondly, about placements. Now, I know that in India, placements is a big deal. And we thrive on placements, but it does not work like that here or in any other international university. But we have career fairs where a lot of relevant companies come, and you can meet them and your CVs can get exchanged, and they know about you, and you can always mail them or reach out to them, and they will let you know if there are any openings right then and there. Anything else that I need to be covering right now? I'm not too sure, but you can always reach out to me on the Facebook page. I will make sure I put up a link here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I hope you guys come here soon, and I hope you'll have fun. Do not worry about anything. The university will make sure your transition as an international student is very smooth, at least when it's about coming here. Feel free to reach out to me. Do not hesitate. I'm always available on Facebook and Messenger, and I hope to see you guys soon here. All right, that's it from me. Let me know if you have anything else. All right, bye, you guys.
Thank you so much, Kritika. And again, I would like to specify on the visa process. for all the students who have been admitted and who are keen on knowing how to go about with the visa, do not worry. All you have to do is accept your offer in the OSIRIS portal, and then I'm sure you'll have to send your certified hard copies of the documents to the university. And closer to the payment deadline, you will be receiving an email where about your financial statement. Once you transfer your tuition fee, so you transfer your tuition fee along with your visa cost, which would be 321 euros. And once that's done, the university will initiate your visa process. So this is for the admitted students. So university will take care of your visa process, and all you have to do is wait for 4 weeks. And once your visa is approved, you'll have to carry your passport to the embassy in either Mumbai or in New Delhi and get your passport stamped. So it's a very, very simple process. You don't have to run around for your visa. It's all taken care of by the university. And again, like about the accommodation as well, the university makes sure as an international student, you would be given an on-campus housing as well. So, well, like I mentioned earlier, so University of Twente has an India office. So this is the address. We are located in St. Mary's Road, in Abhiramapuram, and that's my email ID s.p.satyaprakash@u20.nl, or you can also email my colleague s.sudeep@u20.nl, and that's a contact number as well. So please feel free to reach us at these numbers. We will help you with your application process, or if you're an admitted student, if you have any queries about accommodation or anything for that matter, please feel free to contact us or email us, WhatsApp us. We are there to help you and clarify your queries. Apart from that, if you would like to come into office as well, you can fix an appointment and come into office also for a counseling session. And yeah, so before I move on to the questions, I would like to play a small video. So just let's have a look at it.
What is the right question? You may have asked yourself all kinds of questions all your life. How does this work? What causes this? Is this right? How can we make this better? Or this? How can science and technology really contribute to change? Who do you want to be? How can we develop new materials for a sustainable future and eliminate the use of fossil fuels? Will biomass become the major resource for new fuels and chemicals? How can we store gigawatts of solar energy in the smart grid? How can we create a safer society and realize smart cities? Will big data protect or invade our privacy? If your smartphone becomes a supercomputer, what's next? Will machines take over? Or can robots become our best friends? What if our average age becomes 130? Will our homes then be future hospitals? How can we develop therapy that is less invasive? Will light enable breakthroughs in life sciences? And will technology help our body to heal itself? Can we mimic human life on a chip and create new life? What is quality of life, and who's responsible for it? It all starts with curious minds, people who do not take things for granted, who explore crossovers between various scientific areas, crossovers between technology, design, art, and philosophy. Focus and connection. That's what it's all about. Science and technology are changing the world, But is change always a good thing? How can we find answers that most people will benefit from? Can you imagine how great a nanoparticle can be? Can we design social impact? How can high-tech battle poverty? How can we have too little and yet far too much water? How do we turn scientific results into new business? Are you prepared for a job that doesn't exist yet? What can you contribute? How can nature inspire us? Will Earth be our only home? Is every answer possible? Is there more? Innovation is about the future of our society. It is about realizing ideals and improving quality of life for all of us. What do you expect from science?
And what do you think society expects?
All those questions. Are you ready for finding answers?
The most entrepreneurial university.
Yeah, so we're almost done with all the presentations and the videos that we have to play. So now, so if you guys have any questions, please share it on the chat, and me, Kritika, and Rana will be there to answer your questions. So, okay, I can see Shivaranjani asking, I need to know the requirements and scholarship details for construction management. Shivaranjani, there is no specific or course-specific requirement. The basic requirement is you need to have a relevant bachelor degree with an 6.5 CGPA or 65% and above. And you also need an IELTS or a TOEFL score. If it's IELTS, it should be 6.5 and above, and if TOEFL, it's 90 and above. Apart from that, you know, your regular motivation essay and your contact information of 2 referrals, your a CV and all of that is mandatory. So these are the requirements, and you should submit your application before the 1st of May. And what is the other thing that you want to do? About scholarship? Yes, scholarship is once you get an admit into the university, then you can apply for the scholarship. So can anybody tell me when will the UT scholarship results be out? Yes, the University of Twente scholarships, basically the results, the faculty have started sending the results out already for those who have already applied. So though the scholarship deadline is before the 1st of May, we have 2 rounds of UTS scholarship. So the first round ended in 1st of Feb. So the results for that, the faculty have already sending it out. So I'm sure you should be receiving it at the max by end of this month. And of course, for those who are yet to apply, apply as early as possible because your deadline is before the 1st of May. So how to find a part-time? I think Kritika will take over for that.
Yeah, no, I'd first like to take a question about the cultural society on campus, and I forgot to mention it completely. So we have ISA, the Indian Student Association, and they organize a lot of important events like Diwali or Holi or food festivals, and it's always a new opportunity to, there are also a lot of meets and greets, so you get samosas and gulab jamun, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so there's always things like that, and we have that constantly. So this is an association that you join once you're here. I think the membership fee is €5 for your entire stay here. So yeah, so we always have that, and gives you a feel of home. Secondly, I think about part-time jobs, you have to be on your own lookout. Unlike in India, like I said, there's no placement concept. So you have to be vigilant. There's always jobs available between within student clubs, like say in student union or whatever. But you always have to be on the lookout for it on your own. There are sometimes department openings, like you could be a lab assistant, you could help out with math lab, but that is very dependent on your professor and the opening at that point in time. So I think you should be patient and vigilant is all I can say.
So I think the next question also Kritika can answer. How many housemates you have, Kritika, in your accommodation, and can you name your accommodation setting again?
Right. So I live in Woodbrooks like 399, and right now I have a private bedroom and a private bathroom, but my kitchen is shared with 12 other people. So that changes floor-wise. So the floor below me, they share their kitchen, I think, with 6 other people. So it depends on a little bit of your luck, and if you're going by a room spot, then which accommodation you choose and is available to, say that. But mostly there are a few accommodations where your kitchen is private, but then your bathroom might be shared with one other person. And if you say something like Karlsland, you would share your kitchen and your bathroom with everyone in that house. So yeah, I hope that clarifies things a little bit. Sharnia, I think your mic is off. I can't hear you.
Yeah. So there's another question again on accommodation. So what if I was not able to find an accommodation? So I think it's from Udaya Aditya. Aditya, again, you will definitely be offered an accommodation as an international student, based on your preferences, of course. And like I said, your room rent would vary somewhere between 350 to 450 euros. So if not, also you have a lot of other alternatives available for you to look out for options as a student, and I'm sure we can help you with that as well. So don't worry, and being Twente being a huge campus facility, you have a lot of accommodation available for the international students. So I have Sachin Kumar asking, University of Twente, is OTS scholarship available for February intake? No, Orange Tulip Scholarship is only for September intake students. Okay, I see the questions about the payment deadline. So Apurva, thank you so much. You says, see, basically the payment deadline is before the 1st of July. So once you get an admit, the university would send out your payment letters by, I suppose, May or end of May. And the deadline to transfer your tuition fee and your visa cost will be before the 1st of July, after which the university will initiate your visa process, and then you go to Netherlands in the month of September. So 1st of July is your payment deadline. 1st of May is your application deadline. Okay, yeah. So there's yeah.
Yeah, no, I see a question about deposit of original certificates. You don't have to do that. You only have to send them certified, notarized copies of your original documents, and they should be okay with that. However, when it comes to your scorecard for IELTS or GRE, you can just order the score receipt to the university. So that's a safer way to go about things.
Yeah, and also also Kritika, can you just tell about the cultural societies and the sports facilities that are available on campuses?
Yeah. So we have a sports centrum where you have proper access to the gym for a membership fee of 50 euros, I think, or 100 euros a year. The gym membership.
Yes,
right? Yeah,
100. Something.
So that's about 100 euros a year, which is, I think, very cheap compared to most other places. And you have all kinds of sports like football, basketball, anything that you might want to do, even rowing for that matter, on campus. And apart from that, like I said, there are lots of cultural associations. Most of them are country-wise. Like, for example, for Brazil, there's Lavos. For India, there's Indian Cultural Association. They keep organizing events. There's a lot that you can know about different parts of the world, and it's always fun. So do not worry about that. Once you're here, you will get exposed to other cultures and their practices, and it's always more interesting.
Okay, so there's another question that says, are reference letters required for OTS or any other scholarship? No, reference letters are not required. You just have to get admitted to the university, and you just have to apply with your whatever the list of documents that the NASO India is specified on their websites. So I see a lot of questions about, again, the application process, guys. If you fit the basic requirements, you can go ahead and apply for the program. Once your application reaches the admissions office, they would forward it to the faculty, and the faculty will handpick the students based on your subject knowledge and your bachelor's, your relevant bachelor's degree. And they will let you know about your admit or otherwise. So if you have relevant subjects, go through the course structure of the program that's available on the website. So you will be able to relate to and understand if you have the relevant subject knowledge. If you have the relevant subject knowledge, and if you have the grades, and if you meet all the basic requirements, please go ahead and apply, whether be it from electronics and electrical engineering to other courses, or from any other streams. As long as you have the subject knowledge, please go ahead and apply. So I also have another question on how to proceed further after my acceptance from Venugopal. See, now that you have accepted your offer, basically once you get an admit, you accept your offer in the Osiris portal, and then send the certified hard copies of your documents to the university. So once you do that, for now, we don't have anything to be done immediately. So wait for the university to respond on the payment letters, which will be sent by May, hopefully. So once you receive that, that will give you the payment breakup. So you will have to transfer your tuition fee plus your visa cost. Your tuition fee will be 14,250 euros, plus your visa cost will be 321 euros. So this amount has to be transferred as a one-time payment to the university, after which they will initiate your visa process and finalize your accommodation as well.
Yeah, I saw this question about quarters before. So we have 2 years of study, and the first year of study is 4 quarters. So someone said a semester has 2 quartiles of 3 months each, so roughly 2.5 months each, at the end of which you have exams. Now, in the second year of study, most branches would have internships or thesis. For some branches, like say industrial design, that'd just be the internship, which can be carried over through. So they have 1 quarter of study, and then the other 3 quarters, which is your internship. For branches like biomedical, you have to do a company internship in the first quarter of the second year, which is technically your 5th quarter of study. And for the other 3 quarters, the last 3 quarters, you will be working on a master thesis project with a PhD or a senior in the research group that you opt to join. I hope that clarifies things.
I think we have covered most of the questions. I think there's one last question I can take. So it says, is there a deadline to submit the certified copies? Also, does UT accept IELTS, TRF electronically? Ideally, there is no deadline to submit your hard copies as such. However, unless and until you send the hard copies, the certified hard copies of your documents, the university will not send out the payment letters. So all those who have gotten admit already, please accept the offer in the Osiris portal. And as and when you have your certified hard copies ready, please have them sent to the university so that they will be aware that you have sent it, and notify them via an email saying that you've sent the hard copies of the documents, and after which they will send out the payment letters. So once the payment letters are sent out, the payment deadline again is not the 1st of May, but it's 1st of July. So the payment deadline is your 1st of July. So make sure you start preparing for your funds and have it transferred before the deadline, after which the university will initiate your visa process and also finalize on your accommodation. So any other questions would Kritika and Rana like to answer to?
I see this very funny question on that. What you expect in every master's program. And that depends on the master's program. Now, for a branch like applied math, I think my friend tells me there are 10 people in the class. But for biomed, especially my track, I have 50 on a regular day. Plus, when it comes to batchmates, a lot of courses are taken across departments. So you would have people from other courses joining your particular course as well. So you wouldn't have to worry about batchmates.
So, yeah, so I think we've covered most of the questions. So again, please do feel free to contact the India office or Kritika via Facebook. We'll be there to help you with any, any queries or any doubts regarding the application process or admission process. And anything else Kritika and Rana would like to add on to?
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I think I've covered most of it. You can always reach out to me if you need me to connect you with someone who's doing the same course currently or an alumni for that course. Just leave me a message and I will find someone and I'll get back to you. I hope you all have the link to the Facebook page, but I'm just going to send it here again. And here you go. You can always leave me a message.
Well, I think you girls covered most of it. I was a bit like, they know everything. That's good. I saw somebody asking quite a lot about ITC programs. Basically, the ITC is still located outside the campus, but they are moving here. But anyhow, it's like 15 minutes from here. And also, they also have their own scholarship program. So UTS, the University of Twente Scholarship, is not valid for the ITC programs, but OTS is valid. So if you want to apply for ITC program, you can also try via Orange Tulip Scholarship. Other than that, it was a pleasure. Always a pleasure to do webinars and other stuff for Indian students because, well, yeah, you are a really nice audience to talk and also really interested students. And I'm looking forward to see you here. Good luck in your procedures. Yeah, and that's it.
So yeah, all the best, guys. Please keep in touch with us. I will also keep in touch with all the admitted students. I will shortly be, sending you mails and calling you as well. So we'll keep in touch and all the best. And yeah, it was wonderful meeting you guys.
See you soon.